I promise we can get over that shit. Promise you gonna get over that shit. Doom doom. I promise you gonna get over that shit. I promise you'll get over that shit. Oh, man. Wait, okay, yeah. We like.
Your brand. You have to live it to the fullest. And you'll see this if you look at my personal brand on any platform. My personal color is purple, and you'll see all of my vehicles are and always have been purple. I won't even drive it if it's not purple. There's purple element.
Bruh. Is there a way to change it while I'm live? There you go. Yeah, I promise you can get over that shit. Dang. All right. Cool. Did I change it now? Yeah, I promise you gonna get over that shit. Yeah, there you go. Okay, bet. All right, bet.
It's in the shoes that I wear, in the laces that I have, in the PowerPoint presentations that I use. There's always some sort of element of my personal brand consistently across every platform and every piece of marketing, branding, and advertising that I touch. You need to live it to the fullest extent because that's what you are, your brand, a living embodiment of it. And you can see here, we've created some of the most powerful brands in the real estate industry. This is my personal brand launch, as you can see here, and looking at the thumbnails, looking at the banners, looking at the brand style sheet, everything is consistent. But it's not just with me. We've created, again, Suman Kim, for example. Suman did 87 deals in his first year, $67 million in production from his YouTube channel. And he went on to do a significantly more than that in his second year from his personal brand. And you could see some other incredible examples. Sean and Scott as well, luxury agents. Nick, another incredible agent that's building his momentum, and his brand skyrocketed after he overhauled it. As you can see here, we've done this time and time again, but you could see the quality and the design that goes into each of these, because at the end of the day, your personal brand is not your logos, it's not your colors, it's not your fonts, but those are a medium to communicate it. So when you have a dialed in personal brand,
gotta pause it, man. Hold on. What's good? But I promise you, get over that shit. Yeah, you know you can't have these. Not no more. Can't have these no more. Yeah, I'm gonna put your movie on because I gotta do something. Snack right now. Let me put your movie on. Hold on. Put your movie on. You can watch something. Turn it down. And I promise you'll get over this. Hold on. Let me get you right. Get you right. Real quick. I didn't think you was gonna wake up this. I know. Oh yeah, you're gonna put your movie on. But I promise you get over that shit. Get over that. Oh, let's put your movie on. They got Despicable Me. Here you go right here. Gonna jump for joy. There you go. Yeah, there you go. I ain't gonna give you a snack right now. You ain't hear that? All right, let's get back to it.
And like we've done for so many, it really does separate you and make you a cut above the other agent. So diving a little bit deeper, you can make more money with less effort when you have a strong personal brand. What a strong personal brand really does is it increases your income, it increases the conversion, decreases time, and decreases your marketing and advertising expense. Now let me explain why each of those is the case. So it increases your income. Well, think about this, for example. If you're thinking about tissue paper, what is the first brand that comes to mind? Kleenex. Well, do you think Kleenex makes more money than almost any other tissue brand? Yes, because the brand is well known. Well, do you think it increases the conversion when people are deciding between No Name and Kleenex? Yes, because the brand is more well recognized for quality. Do you think it also decreases the time they have to spend to acquire clients? Well, yes, because everybody knows their brand. And do you think it also decreases their marketing and advertising spend because people know them, so they have to do less promotion? Well, yes. And that goes the same if you look at Ryan Serhant, for example. Probably increases his income because he's got a strong personal brand. Probably increases his conversion at listing presentations because people can Google him, validate him, vet him very easily, see the credibility, and want to work with him. Decreases the time he has to take in order to acquire clients because people are coming directly to him because of his brand, and has to spend less on marketing and advertising to get a client, to get a lead, because people are coming directly to him, and they convert way higher. So the truth about personal branding, and what it really does, is that at the end of the day, your personal brand is not what you say it is, but it is rather what your clients say it is or what other people say it is when you're not in the room. So you have to, over time, have the perception that you want to create match the reality that people are saying about it. And a brand is no longer what you tell it is, as you can see here. It's what consumers tell each other it is. So if you say you're this very humble, genuine, kind person with high quality, listing photography, and you go above and beyond for all your clients. But everybody else behind the scenes is saying, you're incredibly rude, you're arrogant, you've got a massive ego, and you take photos of listings on your iPhone or on your own phone or your own camera. Well, your brand is actually what the clients say it is, not what you say it is. So over time, the goal is for those to match each other. Your personal brand is also a promise to clients, a promise of quality, consistency, competency, and reliability. That's what you want your brand to be perceived as by clients. So when we're looking at the colors and we're looking at the fonts and the typography and all of these things, those are incredibly important to capture people. Once you capture people, the job is then to deliver on the promise and the service that you're making to clients. But I want you to understand that your personal brand is an evolution. It is not static, it is dynamic in nature. You can see here, this was up top, my YouTube banner back in about 2019. And then you can see my YouTube banner in 2021. You can see my YouTube banner in 2023. Now, what you'll notice is that there was purple in all of these, and that also the overall feel of it is quite similar when you break down the different components of it. But your brand goes through an evolution, so you don't have to have the perfect brand to start, but you do have to have a brand that separates you from other agents. So I want to walk through what we do at High Converted Content, and you can click the link in the description if you want to book a call to talk more about getting our help to actually create your personal brand for you from scratch, fully custom, fully unique, but otherwise use these as references, free references for your own brand. As you can see here, this was my personal brand launch. And the one thing that is very important is the consistency. So if you look at my banner on my Facebook page, on my YouTube channel, and on my LinkedIn profile, they're pretty much all completely aligned. You can also see the headshot of all of my social media profiles. They are all identical. And you can see different elements of my personal brand in every single thing that I do. Same with Suman and Aaliyah and Sean and Scott, luxury agents. You can see that these guys have got multi-million-dollar listings and make over $1 million GCI every year because of their personal brand and their luxury brand. Now, where do we start with our personal brand? The riches are in the niches. So there's a lot of importance of becoming recognized for something. And I'm going to walk through how you need to become recognized and where your niche can lie. But when you have a niche, you attract more clients. And the reason being is because people know you as the go-to person for X. For me, it's usually video marketing or social media for realtors. When people think about that, my name is synonymous with it. You want your name to be synonymous with, for example, new home buyers or first-time sellers or move up or relocation or waterfront properties or golf course properties, downtown condos, but you want to be known as the go-to guy or girl for something. When you do, you become synonymous with it. So when people think about that, it's a trigger. They think about you. Same thing goes with increasing SEO, because as you start to become the person for whatever niche. Like me, ChatGPT recently recommended me to somebody that typed in into ChatGPT saying, I would like to know more about what type of videos I should be creating as a realtor. It gave him a list of 15 videos, and at the bottom it said, for more recommendations, check out Mike Sherrod's YouTube channel. And it went on to have a little blurb about using that as a reference and a guiding point for learning video marketing as a realtor, because I've put out so much content related to video as a realtor. So for you, if you're doing first-time home buyers, you should be doing YouTube videos about first-time home buyers. It's searchable. Blogs about first-time home buyers. It is searchable. And as you start to put out content related to your niche, when people search for that niche, your name comes up. It also increases conversion, because when somebody's looking as a first-time home buyer, for example, and you specialize in that, you're known for that, there's content, blogs, everything about it, that is you. And people are deciding, first-time home buyers are deciding whether to work with you or an agent that has no niche, no specialty, isn't known for anything. Who do you think they're going to work with? That's why there's agents in your market that are known as the go-to luxury people. Well, if they're known as a go-to luxury agent, and that luxury agent's going up against an average price point agent, do you think the conversion is going to be higher for the luxury agent? Of course. It also increases top of mind awareness, because there's that trigger. First-time home buyers, you. Luxury agent, you. Video marketing, you. And when there's those triggers, because you're synonymous with the niche, that allows you to become and remain top of mind. It also reduces competition, because now there might be 10 to 50 other agents that say they specialize in that in your market. Well, do you want to compete against 10 to 15 others, or do you want to compete against the 5 to 50,000 other agents in your market that have no awareness or no niche? I'd probably rather compete against the 5, 10, 15, 20 people in my niche than the 50,000 in my market. It also reduces advertising spend, because when people are looking for something and your name comes up, you're the one that's known. So there's red ocean versus blue ocean, and you want to be in the blue ocean space when creating your niche. This is how you
Hmm. What about shit? Create uncontested MySpace. Create and capture new demand. Quick deploy. That's a strat right there. Hold on.
Basically dominate. It's a big fish in a little pond versus a little pond and a big fish. This is the concept of a big fish in a little pond versus a little fish in a big pond. When you look at the red ocean, the unfortunate part is you're competing in existing market space. You're trying to beat the competition because you're always trying to compete against other agents. You're trying to exploit existing demand because you're looking at the demand that is overall encompassing and just trying to tap into that. There's a value cost trade-off. And ultimately, you can see here along the whole system or a firm's activities with a strategic choice or difference of low cost. Whereas when you look at a blue ocean strategy, you create an uncontested market space. Because if you're known as the go-to guy or girl in something, nobody touches you. You make the competition irrelevant because they're all competing against all these other clients, but nobody does what you do. And when nobody does what you do, the competition becomes irrelevant. Or if they don't do it as well as you do, and that is proven through content marketing and advertising. You also create and capture new demand because people now search for you. You've created your own lane. Also, you break the value cost trade-off and you have a new opportunity. So when you start looking at creating your blue ocean, where do we want to start? Well, you have to ask yourself some questions. What is your unique value proposition? We'll get to this in a little bit here. What value-driven approach do you have to solve the client's problem? So when you start looking at identifying your niche, identify problems and find solutions to it. So my niche in the beginning, yes, I got into luxury very quickly, but my niche was marketing, social media marketing, because back in 2017, no agents in my market were using it. So in 2017, my market was the slowest market in North America. 27% of listings were selling. Well, what did people want? The problem was marketing, advertising, exposure. The solution was getting creative with the marketing and the advertising, which was leveraging social media. So I provided the solution to the problem that all these other people had. Based on your understanding of your market, you need to identify what is the problem and how are you creating the solution for that. How would you define your solution? Is there a certain area you want to farm? You want to be known as the go-to guy or girl in this specific community? Well, if you do, we better start putting out blogs, videos, and every type of content possible about that specific farm area. Is there a certain client you relate to most? Maybe you relocated. That's what Suman did really well. He relocated from California to Austin. Well, there was a whole heck of a lot of people during the pandemic that were moving from California to Austin. So they related to him. That allowed them to build that like, know, and trust factor. You can see here, don't overthink it. You can have style of homes. It could be waterfront, like my house here, right on the lake. You can have luxury, you can have vacation, golf, acreages, views. I did a really incredible interview with a girl named Taryn in my group who was a struggling agent, dove into horse properties because she was a passionate, person about horses. And she started getting $10 million listings and skyrocketed the production, built a successful team because she honed in on her niche and she was previously struggling. Relocation, move up, move down, first-time homebuyers based on the activity that they're doing. Or community. Is there a specific market? Or you could see here, pre-construction, divorce, REOs. But start to think about what is very relevant and untapped in your market. You also want to be able to define your target avatar because you want to be able to speak directly to them when you're looking at communicating your personal brand. You want to relate to that person. So for example, if you want to break into the luxury space and you're dressing blue collar, well, that may relate to some people, but it's going to be very few and far between. You want to look like a luxury agent dressed for the job that you want to have, not the one that you do. So identify, where are they located? What is their price point? What type of property do they get? What's their demographics in terms of age, ethnicity, things like that? What are their psychographics in terms of their behaviors, their interests, their passions, their hobbies? What are their hopes and dreams, and what are their challenges that you're going to solve for them? So defining your audience is also going to define the way you market and advertise your personal brand, because you're going to be able to speak directly to them. The way you would speak to somebody that is a 30-year-old male, for example, that maybe is big into fitness, might be different and should be different than a 65-year-old female that is looking to retire. Different types of content, different types of tonality. So you want to be able to define this, because your personal brand needs to exude that. So the question that you need to ask yourself is, why would a seller work with you over the number one agent in your market? Because at the end of the day, if you start to actually generate leads and build momentum, you're inevitably going to go up against either the or one of the number one agents in your market. And you need to be able to answer that question. You can't just say, because I love helping people so much and because I'm going to work so hard and I'm going to go above and beyond. Every agent says that. What are you actually going to do that you can prove that you're going to do above and beyond the number one agent in your market? It's a very important question to be able to ask. So when you look at summarizing your brand, there's a couple different components here, and I'll use mine as an example. You want to be able to fill this sentence in. I am real estate and blank, which is a passion, hobby, or visual cue, who is the best at blank, your unique value proposition. So for me, I was, or I still am, real estate and cars, and purple, who is the best at leveraging creative and innovative marketing strategies using social media. So for me, I tapped into the car community because I loved cars. I was passionate about it. Well, when you have exotic cars, I didn't in the beginning, now I do, but in the beginning I would go to car shows, and you could speak the same language as people with exotic cars who have luxury properties, which by the way is how I got into the luxury space, because of a genuine passion that I could relate to these people with. So you could also see, it could say cars have purple, because purple is the visual cue that people know me for, because it's consistent for the last 7 years across everything that I do, which continues to make your personal brand strong. I have agents from Argentina, South Africa, India, messaging me every time they see something purple, sending me a message on Instagram. And they're like, Mike, I just saw this purple whatever, and I thought about you. From other corners of the globe, right? And your unique value proposition, again, mine was leveraging creative and innovative modern and social media marketing strategies to get more exposure on clients' properties. So the next thing you want to do is you want to be able to have a bit of a mood board. You can see here that when we go through the design process with high converted content, we design a mood board to get a feel for, how do you want your brand to relate? This was one of our clients who really related to Andy Frisella, like myself. So we played around with some of the colors and tonalities that he uses, because that was passionate for him. You can see here, if we look at Aaliyah's, hers were a bit more neutral, a bit more feminine, a bit more soft, but very luxurious, very clean, very modern. And when we start to get the mood board dialed in, that's when we can go and start creating the brand style sheet, which, by the way, is going to be this component over here, right here, which is going to have your topography. It's going to have your different accent elements and all of the different kind of styling cues that are going to be consistent across everything. Now, I'm actually going to walk through hers right now just to show it to you. So we'll cut into that, and then we'll cut back to this presentation. But I just wanted to help you understand that starting with the vision, then once we have the vision, get the mood board. And once we have the mood board dialed in, we create the brand style sheet. The brand style sheet is going to be the overarching theme that will control your brand being consistent across all platforms. Now, it's really important to share your story. Facts tell, stories sell. There's a reason why you have an emotional connection to certain role models that you've never met, because you know their story. Goes for saying with people like, for example, Gary Vaynerchuk. A lot of people love Gary Vee because they know they started baseball cards and, Wine Library TV, and he was early in YouTube and did this and did that. And you know his story, so you feel like you know him. You might even feel like you know me because you watch so many videos that you know my story. And I love that. And that's what you need to do so people can connect with you. It builds a deeper connection with your audience. I still have people that bring up things I've done for my parents and my sister and, friends and significant others that, they remember those as parts of my story and they bring them up. And it increases retention and referrals. It's much more difficult to leave a friend than it is a service. Never forget that. At the end of the day, as realtors, we provide a service. Well, if you're just providing the service and you have no intimacy and deep connection, they're fine with exchanging that for a new or different service down the road. That's why so many people don't work with the same realtor that they used previously. But if you become friends with them and you build those relationships, it's going to be very difficult for them to want to burn that bridge with a friend to go with somebody else. So they're going to more likely work with you. It also maintains top of mind awareness because they're going to follow you, they're going to remember you, and they're going to have that relationship with you. It's even as crazy as this is, as you're listening to somebody's story or somebody's listening to your story, it releases oxytocin, which is a hormone, which is the same hormone that women release when giving birth or when men and women are having intimacy or anything. Like, that is how powerful a story is when you're listening to it. So sharing yours is so, so important. Is when you're listening to it. So sharing yours is so, so important. Let me walk through how my brand came to life. As you can see here, the color that I chose based on color psychology is purple because I wanted to be recognized as royalty, luxury, and ambition. Well, when you look at color psychology, that's what purple represents. And also, nobody was really using it. My passion was cars. That became my and. My skill set, I didn't know squat about social media when I first got my license, but I learned it through practice, through implementation, and through testing on my own business and getting my own closed deals, leveraging social media. Well, that became my new unique value proposition, or my best stat. I wanted to be recognized for quality and work ethic. So every piece of my marketing was a cut above every other agent in my market. And I made sure of that. All the photos, all the videos was next level. Well, who appreciates work ethic and quality? High-end net worth, wealthy people. Luxury. That's how I broke into the luxury space. Well, personality-wise, I always wanted to kind of come across as inspiring and a little bit edgy, but also relatable. That became the copy and tonality of my social media posts. And then when I looked at role models like mentors of mine, Andy Frisell and Ed Mylett, that became the style of which I decided to communicate my message as well. But as you can see here, it is a journey. When you look at my personal branding journey, I identified car social media in purple. You can see here, this is my brand. First year in real estate, 2017. And then my brand evolved over time and I became a little bit more casual because I didn't have to sell anymore. I started, making more money based on being successful and putting in the work. And I started to, have a nicer purple car, but I always remained true to my brand. And it just evolved and became more dynamic. So you can see I wrapped my car purple in the beginning back in 2017, branded myself consistently across every single platform. So it didn't matter if you were looking at Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, anything, you would see consistency across my brand. All posts had a hint of my brand in them. And I started to get comments and DMs of people saying, literally, every time I see the color purple, I think of you. When you become synonymous with a color, that's pretty damn powerful. I also, based on being consistent, not just in terms of the aesthetics, but also the posting cadence, I started to become recognized as #1 on social media lists in my city and my province, top in the country. I became attracting clients and referrals from people that were following me on Instagram, in the beginning, now YouTube. It improved over time. Every year, I reinvented my brand just a little bit, elevated the quality, tweaked it a bit, modernized it, just made it who I was becoming. Because every year, if you invest into yourself, like every successful person does, and you should, you're going to be making positive changes. You're going to grow. And so every year when I grew, I elevated my brand. But I documented the journey since day one. And that was one of the #1 things that I was grateful that I did, so that when I went from a BMW to the 3 Lamborghinis I've now had, people didn't say it was an overnight success. They didn't say it was parents' money, because they know my parents don't have any money. They literally just felt like they were a part of the process. I had so many people, the day I took delivery of my first Lamborghini, which was this one, people saying that they felt like they were taking delivery of it because they were part of my journey when I was door knocking in the snow, getting rejected all day. And they saw it from start to finish because I documented it. That builds that relationship with your clients, which solidifies your personal brand. And then I became recognized. Now, the final component is that you need to leverage social media to amplify your personal brand. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be a secret agent. You want to be an agent that people actually know, right? In real estate, it's no longer who you know. It's who knows you. There's so many people. I get hundreds of agents a month that join my group at eXp Realty that come to me directly. I've never reached out to anybody because they know me. I did not know them. Same thing with production. Suman does not know his clients, but they know him. And then you build a relationship. Content marketing, it's like a first date. If you only talk about yourself, there won't be a second one. It's about them. People care about 3 things, me, myself, and I. So when you're putting out content, always think about them, not how great you are, not what you're doing, but what are you doing for them? How do you help them? How do you serve them? As you can see, content builds relationships. Relationships are built on trust, and trust drives revenue. So the better content, the more valuable content, the more consistent content, and more entertaining content that you put out, the higher the trust, the higher the revenue, the more deals you close, Suman being one of many examples that have helped. And you can see here a quote that I really like, which is, doing business without advertising and marketing is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, but nobody else does. You don't want to be a secret agent. Now, why do I think you should be leaning into YouTube? And if you would like to know how to rank #1 on YouTube and how to get started and launch your channel, it is the #1 way to do it right now. If you want to attract clients for free with no ad spend and no prospecting and never have to hate your life cold calling and door knocking again like I did in the beginning. Well, YouTube creates massive leverage because it's evergreen, meaning it lives forever. It's searchable, unlike other social media platforms. #2 search platform owned by the #1, which is Google. Based on consumer behavior, when people are looking for moving into a certain community or looking into a niche, they want to look at waterfront, like my house here, lakefront properties, they want to look at golf course properties. They're going to look on YouTube. They want to watch a video of it. If they're looking for a community or relocating to a market, they want to watch a video of it. They don't want to just read a blog. They want to see it. And that's where we're going in this modern age. So YouTube really lends itself to the behavior of the average consumer. But also, the conversion rate is astronomical, over 85%. And also, it allows you to control the ranking. So you can rank high very easily if you know what you're doing, which my free video shows you. Just drop a comment and say YouTube tutorial and send it to you. But this really does give you an opportunity with no budget, no experience, no brand, to amplify your brand and build your brand for free. It's also a blue ocean opportunity for now until more people continue to do it. But it's the best way to show what you do, your brand, your unique value proposition versus telling. Every agent says that they have the best marketing, they go above and beyond for their clients, they love helping people. But if you could show it through testimonial videos, through property tours, community tours, value-driven information about your niche, your personal brand will skyrocket. This is what Suman did. Again, 67 million in volume in his first year, over 114 deals in his second year. Guy did over 2.5 million GCI in his second year, free from his YouTube channel. Vinay, very similar, identical situation where new agent, didn't know anybody, now is global ambassador for Latinas in EXP Realty and has a massive personal brand. She just broke 40,000 subscribers after just like 2.5, 3 years. It's incredible. But as you can see here, her brand is consistent. And when we start looking at what we do with high converted content, we make sure not only do you stand out above and beyond every single agent in your market, but simultaneously, we will amplify your brand through content, repurpose it so that you're hyper active on every platform and you don't have to do a thing. All you have to do is record your content and we will tell you the exact content in the exact order to record and we will take care of the rest. Your full brand, full posting, optimization, distribution, management, and a full team dedicated to you so that you can have a personal brand that stands out above and beyond everybody else in your market, but you don't have to worry about managing it yourself. So again, if you have any other questions, drop a comment below, but your personal brand is everything.
Ooh, Mike, that was great. Actually, let's see what else you got. I might swerve and bend that corner. Whoa. Free business plan, you're losing free clients. Simple home search strategy. That's quick. You will lose friends. Making 100K is simple. Let's do market masterpieces. This agent's rich. Easy free leads, YouTube funnel. Okay. That was a good video. I might swerve and been at corner. Whoa. See what else somebody got. Let's say branding examples. 23 minutes. How long was this video? Okay, I just watched a 31-minute video. And at least get a short one. At least a short one. I might swerve and been at corner. Whoa. I got the gist a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of got the gist. In 30 days. Don't you gotta get a license? It's not. That's it. How long is that video? 15 minutes. How to brand yourself as a real estate agent in 2023. Okay, I get the gist. I get the gist. Get the gist. Let me watch. I'm interested. She said in 30 days. It's kind of crazy. 30 days is crazy.
Are you worried
No
that
way.
using your home address for business puts your privacy at risk? At iPostal One,
Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do, step by step, hour by hour, for your first 30 days in real estate if you're a brand new agent. If you're not a brand new agent and you're just not selling as many homes as you would like to, or
Why is she
you find
skipping?
yourself in a
Am I
slump,
tripping?
put this 30-day schedule in place.
You skipping.
Follow it.
I don't wanna watch that. Where the other lady at? It's 8 minutes.
We're diving into a simplified way to build your brand without it being expensive or completely overwhelming. And I'm going to give you a huge tip on what to avoid while you're building it. And if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Alicia Castell. And on this channel, we talk all about the strategies and tips on how to grow your referral business. And when you subscribe and hit the little bell, realize you already have a brand. You may not have been in the driver's seat of it. You may not know exactly what it is, but think back when you first opened this video and hit play. I gave off some sort of impression even within the first few seconds, right? Your friends and family and clients are doing the same thing. And even if you don't have a logo or you feel like you've been completely quiet at this point,
okay,
they still are attaching.
I don't know why YouTube is skipping. I might swerve and been in the corner. Whoa. All right. I might swerve and been in the corner. Whoa. I might swerve and been in the corner. Whoa. Okay.